Okay, welcome to Friday Night Insights, our PJStar.com version of the high school picks you've come to know and love. I have with me Ben Diggle on the small school 1 through 4A football this year. You know Wes Hewitt. He'll be picking the big schools, which goes up to 7A for us. We don't have 8. This pick, I ask them what they're going to pick. We'll do it every week. We call it Friday Night Insights so we can put it up Thursday night because we're strange that way. So you'll see it about 9 o'clock every week before the big games, and then the picks will be up too. We're going to start with kind of most weeks with a surprise development team or player that the guys saw either in the previous week's games or during practice, and this being week 1, we'll do the practice part. Wes, going around the camps the last few days, or a couple of weeks, I should say. What team do you think might do something that we're not used to, or player or whatnot?
Well, there's a lot of excitement over in East Peoria. Doug Martin, I think it's his 4th year as coach over there, really has the kids excited. It's about he brought in a different sort of offense a few years ago, and kind of sort of admits that maybe he overloaded the kids a little bit and thought maybe put too much sort of a college-style offense in. But they got a lot of athletes at the junior level, led by Nate Joseph, guys like Stu McGinnis, Bryce Colvin, kids that were working really hard in the weight room in the off-season. Went 8-1 as sophomores last year.
Really?
Yeah. And that Joseph basically told me that this team just doesn't want to lose. It doesn't feel like it can lose.
We saw that sort of different mentality roll through IVC a couple years ago.
Exactly, yeah.
And a bunch of 2-7 seasons became
9-0.
A 5-4 and then a 9-0. Those teams?
I think the surprise team is going to be Anawan-Wethersfield. They brought back a lot of players. They've got 60-some players out, new system, new coach in Jason Spang who brought the Tuscola spread. So I think the kids are really excited, and they've got some athletes. J.D. Derminski is going to be at running back, which should benefit them greatly, and I think there's big things in store for the Titans.
Any similar quarterbacks over there, and this even coming up that can touch what Tuscola used to have? Or?
They've handed the reins over to a young man by the name of Sean Walker, who was Anawan's JV quarterback last year. Okay. So they like what he does. He's just a little bit untested. They'll have to see how he can handle it.
And I think too, that's a co-op that was 2 pretty good teams.
Two
very
good programs. One, absolutely, right? 334 wins and
new co-op. You're saying?
Yeah.
Game of the week in the area.
Yeah, Notre Dame and Limestone. I'm really looking forward to this because it's kind of a new. Neither new coach. Limestone has Sean Saylor and Notre Dame has Tom Gullickson. Neither of them are going to go into a game against sort of an established program. Both guys are sort of feeling things out, and Notre Dame is going to look to really control the clock and chew up time and be more of a sort of a defense-first team, while Limestone's going to spread it out and go no huddle. So it's kind of a contrast in styles. And
they've been chewing up time running sideways the last few years. They speed and they can turn a corner.
They have kid Bill O'Brien at fullback, and they like Luke Garrison at wingback. A couple of kids who were on the fringe last year a little bit and got a few carries now and again. But he likes his line up front. He's got a left tackle, Kevin Solberger. He really likes him. He really likes the left side, so I assume they're going to use that a lot when it comes in. He's bringing in the Joliet Catholic offense because he was a former assistant there and player there in the 70s.
Student body left and right.
Yeah, sort of an option run. Yeah.
Lombardi, you know what we're going to do.
Right.
Here it is. Game of the week, Ben?
My game of the week is Elmwood Brimfield at Princeville. It's an old Blackhawk conference game. Elmwood last met Princeville in 1981, so it's been a while since these teams have met. Princeville has utterly dominated the series. I think it's something like 16 or 18-3. So Princeville welcomes.
But they sort of have and haven't. It's
right.
Like it's new. It's
yeah.
0-0 to some extent.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, most of these kids' dads might have played the last time they were on the field. So there's a lot of excitement out there, and especially in Princeville, they've got 8 starters back on a defense that gave up just 8 points a game. So big things expected for the Princes.
All right, we got to get to picking games. We're here to pick games, so we're going to pick games.
Pick them.
Let's not go past your games of the week. Notre Dame Limestone.
Limestone, I just think they have more athletes.
I'm going to go with Limestone as well.
Okay, and this Battle of Peoria County at Princeville.
I think Princeville's defense holds it down.
Princeville's my pet team this year. They got no votes. in the rankings the other day.
Well,
It's
there
like
was some confusion with those rankings.
quarterfinalists with a lot of ball touchers back, no votes.
Hey,
Prince's picks. That's what we call our Mid-State 6 Mid-Illini. Richwoods at Pekin, where the other battle of two new coaches comes up.
Richwoods, but I think Pekin's going to keep it a lot closer than people think.
I'm also going to go with Richwoods just because there's no, with that new coach, there's no learning a new system. It's still 44 belly and away they go.
Yep.
So those kids have had virtually zero change other than Dave Lang doing all the holler instead of Doug Simper.
Do we know much about Rantoul coming into Manual?
We know they've got a new coach.
Yeah, they have a new coach because their former coach is now at Morton, Trevor Lanen. They have a tailback that they kind of like. His name escapes me right now. But Rantoul plays in a pretty tough conference in Corn Belt, so they're more likely going to struggle, but should be a decent game. But I actually like Manual in this one. I think there's a certain level of excitement down there on Griswold. They got Marvin Jordan, who's like one of the top basketball prospects in the state, now playing for some quarterback. So, I mean, you get a guy like that playing quarterback, yeah.
Nice. Coming off their 6'7" quarterback of a year ago.
and a couple returners in Julius Cagle and Weston Gordon. Weston Gordon's one of the best linemen in the area, period. And he got lost in the shuffle last year because his team was 1-8, I believe, or 2-7, and he can just flat out just get to the ball. And they're going to add some athletes around a guy like that, and I like Manual.
Sold on the Rams, Ben?
I am sold on the Rams. I will take the Rams.
That's Peoria Stadium game at 7. Woodruff's at East Peoria. You go.
Give me Woodruff. East Peoria, again, just like Pekin, is going to keep it close and punch Woodruff in the mouth like they hadn't been for a few years in that rivalry. East Peoria literally hasn't had a win streak in almost 9 years. And they won the last game of last year. So if they win this game, their first win streak since 99.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion you never mess with a streak, so I'm taking the Raiders.
There it is.
Central's at Canton.
I'm going to go with the Little
Canton type
Giants.
stuff. You like the Little Giants.
Yeah.
I do like the Little Giants. I like Nathan Sharpshire, their quarterback. I think he's in line to do some good things in that offense. They might struggle a little bit later in the years in the Mid-Illini, but
Right.
I think Nathan Sharpshire's got a good chance to bring him through this one.
Canton big.
To an absolute circus at the zoo. Metamora, Riverside, Brookfield. State champ against a circus team. What's going to happen?
Metamora there's going to be a lot of points scored. Metamora is going to come in and control the clock, and only way there's not a lot of points scored is Metamora wants to hold it for 7 or 8 minutes at a time, just so Riverside Brookfield doesn't have the ball. 5-21 type of game.
I think Pat Ryan has no problem holding that ball for 7 or 8 minutes. He'll plod up and down that field if it keeps that offense off the field.
Exactly.
Dunlap at Galesburg. I also find Dunlap to be a little under-respected. You know, we just kind of tripped on that realization that they outscored people by 200-300 points last year.
Yeah.
I mean, not 3, but 200 and some points last year.
Yeah, they scored
What
a
do
lot
we
of
got
points.
for Dunlap Galesburg?
I like Dunlap. I think their interior, their front 7 on each side, or the front 7 on the defense and their line on the offense are still strong. And
But Ben says
Dunlap.
he changed.
I changed.
we
Unacceptable.
did some research on Galesburg. We did a dry run on this thing, and he was about the streak. So fine. Morton at Sterling. Interesting little debut for the Rantoul coach.
Sterling is a team that could challenge for the 5A state title. So this is a
Whoa.
tough start.
I agree. I'm going to go with Sterling, former Metamora quarterback / defensive back. John Schlemmer's the defensive coordinator up there, and he's got some athletes,
What do
including.
you know about the Slammers?
They've got a young man, Tyler Luce, I believe, who's about 6'5", 260. He spent
Nico
the summer.
Rivera.
Nico Rivera, who's another getting looked at by some 1AA schools. So
Excuse me, we can't leave out this little heated rivalry thing in Fulton County, North Fulton and Lewiston. They're dumping water on each other or something. What's going on there?
That's the rumor. It's been neither confirmed nor denied yet out Fulton County way. But
Quick pick, though.
I'm going to go with North Fulton. They're
Uh-oh.
angry.
I have no idea.
You shouldn't.
Lewiston.
Yeah, see, he's got to do his research. before
Lewiston,
this.
because I like their uniforms.
I threw Wes a curveball there.
In a secretary-like pick. I like their uniforms.
I think Darren
Dana
Winkler's
Brown?
going to be too worked up about getting dumped on, and North Fulton's going to steal one. All right, we have to make one pick. Pick a week. Can't pick a team twice. You get in these pools for the NFL sometimes.
Yeah.
One team on this sheet that's going to win.
Canton.
Limestone.
Wow.
There it is.